So this is my journey software engineering. So I'm starting with HTML, right? Because I'm actually doing a course right now, and so we're starting with HTML. And so how did I come about this? So first thing first, that I have to have a code editor, which I'm using Visual Studio Code Editor. I have to have downloaded some extensions, which I have done, Prettier Code and Live Server, and I have to have my Google Chrome, which I already have here. So what did I do? So to do this, so one of the things I learned today is that I first of all thought that I had to type all these things together, but then I found out that if I just put this apostrophe, it will give me everything from this number 1 to number 8. It's just 20. It will give me the format that I need. So what I just need to do is to impute whatever data that I feel like is necessary, or what I feel like I should put at this time. So I have so this is not going to show, but there's a title. So one thing again about HTML that I learned is that we have opening tags and closing tags. So it starts with everything you write has to start with an opening tag, and then you have to close it. So when you see the declaration doc type HTML, right, so you have the HTML language showing that you were writing in English, right? This is the opening tag. The closing tag you can see is in number 27. And then I move on. You want to have the head, because for this website you want to have the head and you want to have the body. So for the head, you have the opening tag, you have the closing tag. Everything written here will not show. The only thing that will show is the title. So the head would have a title, and so you also have to show by specifically typing in title tags. So the title tag, you can see the opening tag and the closing tag. So in between there, I wrote front-end engineering. That means that's what I want my title to be. And so done with the head, then you go to the body. That's body. In this sense, this is the content that you want to be displayed on your website. This is what you're going to see happen. You're going to put in there. So for the body, right, I have an opening tag here, I have a closing tag here. So what did I first do? The first thing I did, because I'm practicing what I've been taught, one of the tags they taught us that I learned today was paragraph tags. And when you want to write like a paragraph or something, you have to show that this is a paragraph, and you show that the computer or the nose understands it because of the tag. And so paragraph is denoted with P tag. So I have the opening tag there, and I have the closing tag at the end. So hello Ugochi, this is your first HTML. So when I want to I want to see what it looks like, right? I want to see what it looks like. See, so I do open with Live Server, right? And so see, hello Ugochi, this is your first HTML. So this is what it's going to look like on the website. So another thing that I learned, right, so I also learned how to impute, like if you want an image there, right? And I learned that the image has like two important attributes. You have the source and you have the altitude, if I'm not mistaken, or alternative, something like that. Alternative, not altitude, sorry, alternative. So but I didn't put the alternative here, so I just source. And when you want to put you want to impute an image, you're going to use an image tag, but you also need to specify that you're getting this image from the source. And so in this case now, I have a picture that I put in my documents, because one of the first things I did was to open a document. You can see it here. I have HTML 101 here. So here I have an image. I put an image here, and then I come here to tell them that the source that I'm getting it from is from assets, right? Assets. And because I created a folder called assets inside of index HTML, and inside of assets I also created a folder called images. So I'm trying to tell them that this .l means I'm going to the root of the folder to get this image, which is index.html, and saying from index.html, please go to assets folder, which is this. When you get to assets folder, continue and move on to images folder. So there you will see this picture which I renamed to images.jpg, right? And then I close my tab. When I check my lives, when I try to open with live server to see what it looks like, you can see the image I put in that document is showing here. So another thing again I also learned is I learned that in HTML that there are two types of lists. There's the ordered list, and then there's ordered list and unordered list. And I learned, so what, like you can see here, I created a section, and in this ordered list you have to create, like, you have to wrap it in a section, and in wrapping it in a section you need to show that it's a section, and by specifically having an open tag, is opening tag and a close tag. So I have an opening tag, a close tag, right? And then I have a paragraph stating that, okay, these are the item categories of, it can be anything, whatever you want to name it, but this URL shows that, oh, I want to create an unordered list, right? So because I want to create an unordered list, I have to, like, of course, specify with an opening tag and a closing tag, and you can see it here. And then here li means the list items that I need. So I put in the first one, I move on, put in the second one. So for everything content you're going to put in here in code editor, it must have an opening and closing tag. So that's why you can see that it's so when I put it on live server, what happens, the result is given to me in bullet points, right? Bullet points. But let's see now if I have to do it in, let me come back here, and I want to make it an ordered list. If I want to make it an ordered list, I have to just change U to O, right? So that's OL to signify that, okay, this is what's it called, this is an ordered list, sorry please, right? So now let's see what it looks like here. So see, now it's now ordered, right? Because the items have been listed numerically. So that's that. And then also learned about headings, where you might have different headings on your website, and then you know how one heading will be more pronounced than the other one and everything. So here you can see I have H1, that's the first heading. I said hello 1, H2, H3, H4, like that. Then I use Prettier to make it beautiful. So that's what I did. I had to do Control A, and then I did you can see I said format documents with Prettier code formatter, because it just helps make your work look beautiful. And then I come back here. I don't necessarily need to click open with live server all the time. So whatever, as long as I have done it first and my tab is open, like you can see, whatever changes I make will automatically be reflected on this page. So that's what I learned today. Ow.